Hey, all you many-leveled believers. Welcome to the Uncensored Unprofessor. Folks, this today is a quick hitter. A quick hitter is when the quarterback hands off to the fullback rather than to the faster halfback in order to gain 1 yard. So today I don't want a touchdown, just one measly yard. Happily, we have a home here in Idaho with an above-ground jacuzzi spa. It's fun to sit in that hot tub while it's freezing or snowing outside. Well, this summer, I'm going to build a lattice fence with climbing roses so our neighbors to the east of us cannot see us getting in and out of the spa. And sometimes I like to get into the spa naked. Now, I'm sorry, because that's not a mental image you want roaming around in your imagination. But it's not just that I don't want them to see me like that, but I also know they don't want to see me like that. And that vivid illustration recalls an old Indian proverb: love your neighbor, but do not throw down the dividing wall. What's my point? Boundaries are necessary and healthy. Our postmodern era says in various ways, boundaries are bad, barriers are evil, or who do you think you are to build a boundary there? Maybe it's because of the abiding fatigue of the two horrifying world wars. But we live in a de-centered era that finds it dreamy to imagine everyone blurring together and becoming mixed together in the one. And I don't know if that's a Buddhist thing or a nihilist thing or a strange stew, a strange mix of the two of those. Psychologists know, and the Judeo-Christian tradition teaches from beginning to end, that boundaries are healthy. Boundary: you lock your car doors to keep your family safer on the out-of-state trip. Boundary: young female gymnasts deserve not to be sexually violated. Boundary: little boys deserve to be told it's unhealthy to have their penis cut off. Boundary: families need to be able to live as families, not as mere agents of the state. Boundary: nations need to be able to decide for themselves as collectives what is good for them and what isn't. Well, I suppose one way to frame this is that people have free will that must be safeguarded. Or people have a God-given dignity that should not be smoked or pickled. God's wisdom teaches the beauty of boundaries. That jacuzzi fence in my backyard, it's going to benefit both me and my neighbors. It's a fitting boundary that's going to protect everyone's modesty. God drew some clear moral boundaries to protect everyone's personhood. The Father infinitely loves the Son, but is not the Son. The Spirit infinitely loves the Father, but is not the Father. We Christ followers are called to love our neighbor, but we are not called to be our neighbor. Turn your brains on, everybody.